Hey, what's going on everybody? Today we are going to be checking out the Spark 40 from Positive Grid. Let's do it. Alright guys, so as you may have guessed by the introduction, today we are going to be doing a quick amp review on the Spark 40 by Positive Grid, or Bias as they're also known. So it's a cool little practice amp. It's loud, it's pretty small, and it does a lot of things. And we're going to check it out today. So first of all, to be perfectly honest, this is probably not something that I would have bought for myself without a recommendation. And it's definitely not the sort of thing we would have done a video on. But a couple people told me that this thing was pretty cool, and they're like 250 bucks, so I went ahead and ordered one. And it got here, I got it out, plugged a guitar in, and I'm like, whoa, this sounds spectacular. I cannot believe some of the tones I was getting out of this little amp. And I just had to make a quick video. So this is not going to be a totally full in-depth video, because like I said, this does so much stuff. It's also a Bluetooth speaker. It's really great for playing music. Has an app that goes with it. It does like Smart Jam. It has 30 different amps and a bunch of different effects and all sorts of stuff that it does. It would take forever to go through all of it. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take 5 guitars and 5 sounds. All right? So we're going to do a clean sound, a crunch sound, a blues sound, a rock sound, and a metal sound, not necessarily in that order. And I'm just going to dial in my favorite tone for each of those categories, pick a guitar that's kind of suited to that, and we're going to run through them. All right? So, with that being said, we are going to do this a little bit differently than I normally would. Normally, if I do an amp review, I have a mic on the cab, and maybe blend another one somewhere else. We're going to try to mic this up to get the sound of what I'm hearing in the room. So we're not going to put a microphone right on the speaker. We're going to put it back a little bit and hopefully give you guys the best representation of what it sounds like in the room. Because let's be honest, it's a $250 practice amp. You're probably not going to throw a close mic on it. So with that being said, let's get into this and let's go dial in a clean sound. Alright guys, so here's our clean sound. We'll be using my 1957 reissue Fender Stratocaster loaded with some Brandon Wound 50 style pickups in it. And here's what it sounds like. Alright, like I said, we're going to try to keep this really short, so let's move along, shall we? Alright, so next up we have our blues sound. We're going to be using my 1957 Gibson ES-175. So, let's see what that sounds like. Moving right along, let's go to our crunch sound. Alright guys, crunch sound. This is one of my personal favorites on this. I really hope this is coming across on camera. We're going to be using my 1955 Gibson Les Paul Jr. and it sounds like this. rock and roll. Well, it's actually crunch, but you know, rock is up next though, so let's do that. On to rock now. We are well represented by Gibson guitars today. This is my Gibson Custom Shop 1958 reissue Les Paul Standard, equipped with two original 1962 Gibson patent number PAF pickups, which is kind of hard to beat. So, rockness, right? Yeah, that's nice. That's actually the same amp model as the previous one, just with a little bit more gain and some different EQ. That's one thing I did forget to mention. If you want to know any of the settings and amp models that I used, just ask me and I can provide that, because I've screenshotted them all so I cannot forget, because I would otherwise. Alright, we're on to that last category now, the one that I'm not so good at, but we're going to tackle it anyways with this neon orange Ibanez over here. That's right, let's do a metal sound. And here is our last category. We are going to attempt some metal. This is my 1987 Ibanez RG560, which oddly enough doesn't get on camera very much, probably because I don't play metal. But it is a very cool guitar. It's got a really hot ceramic Buford Bucker humbucker in the bridge and not much else. So, the high gain sound, right? I think this is perhaps a little bit less convincing than some of the lower gain stuff, but it still sounds pretty good, especially when you crank the volume up. I've got it pretty conservative here right now, just about practice volume. I can't play metal, but here we go. I forget how much fun this guitar is. This is not the right wang bar for this. It's supposed to have one that actually like pops in. That's alright, we made do. So, there you guys have it. That is the Positive Grid Spark 40. I recommend you go and pick one up because I think they're really cool. I know for a fact that in the room this is going to sound better than it does on camera. But seriously, for 250 bucks, you cannot beat this amplifier, and all of you should go buy one if you like guitar amplifiers and gear, as I do. So, there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe you found this useful. Maybe you didn't. We'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.